some of my colleagues and some other people who are like key stakeholders in, the immigration space. We were invited for a meeting with Honorable Minister of Immigration for Alberta, um, Honorable Minister Rajam Soni, and we had a guest speaker or a surprise guest. That's the Premier of Alberta, Honorable Premier Daniel Smith. So many honorables. Anyways, like I was saying, for those of you who follow us on Instagram at Enter Canada, I put up that announcement, and I also kind of gave a hint of what was to come. We basically were told that there was going to be a policy update whereby family connection would be added as a reason to invite people or nominate people through the express entry for Alberta. So today, like I was saying, there was a weeks ago, and Honorable Minister Rajan Soni, who's the Minister of Immigration for Alberta, she was the keynote speaker, the person who convened the event actually, and we had a guest appearance by Premier Daniel Smith. She was also in attendance and she spoke with us, and we're pretty happy for what Alberta has planned for immigration. So watch this video. I'm going to show you the clip of yesterday's announcement, and share in the comment section what you think about it. I'm super excited. Alberta is, according to I think Statistics Canada or so, is one of those provinces that people relocate to and stay for years, even after, up to like 5 years after. Unlike some other provinces where people go just because they want to get the status, and they go and they move to the province they actually desire to go to. We don't recommend that, but people do it. So I'm just saying that, for Alberta to recognize that it's become a top destination for immigrants, and they're trying to do something to increase the number, that's super exciting. What do you think? Watch this and let me know.
Immigrating to a new country often means learning a new language, adapting to a new culture, and learning how to access the services and supports that you need. Today, I'm pleased, very, very pleased, to announce a change in how we select workers for our Alberta Express Entry stream, a change that will help immigrants make a smoother transition into Alberta society, while they also help us meet our key labor market needs and ensure that we can grow into the future. We believe that immigrants with strong family connections in Alberta will have stronger supports to help them navigate and integrate into life here than they would without family connections. This is why we will be focusing on this connection, combined with demonstrated experience in in-demand occupations. The modification that I am announcing today will allocate 25% of Alberta Express Entry stream nominations to potential immigrants with skills in high demand who also have an immediate family member, so a parent, child, or sibling living in Alberta. However, it is extremely important to understand what this modification is and what it isn't. This is not a family reunification plan. In 2013, at the request of the federal government, what was then called the Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program closed its family stream to eliminate streams without direct labor market ties. Since then, other provinces have moved to using family ties as qualifying factors within economic-focused nominee streams. In essence, this is what Alberta has done. And the most effective way for the AAIP to promote family connections is through the Alberta Express Entry stream selection process. Alberta is a magnet for immigration. We hear this time and time again, and certainly as I've traveled across this country, this is a message that has been reiterated over and over. And this includes those with already family here, as well as talented newcomers seeking new opportunities on their own. People want to come to Alberta and they want to stay here. A fact confirmed by Stats Canada states that the majority of immigrants who come to Alberta are still here 5 years after their initial entry. While Alberta's government wants to do more when it comes to increasing immigration into the province, believe me, we want to do more, it is the federal government that decides on the number of immigrants welcomed into Canada. And it is the federal government that allows provinces to nominate immigrants to come to Alberta. Assuming Alberta's nomination allocations are the same as in 2022, and I'm hoping they won't be in the future, we want to see those numbers go up. Assuming that they're the same, the province will have 6,500 nominations available for use across all streams and pathways, and about half are expected to be used for express entry. That means we will have approximately 815 nomination certificates, so 25%, of Alberta Express Entry Stream nominations that will be based on the selection factors that I described, so family connections. I'm just going to repeat that. We'll have approximately 815 nomination certificates based on family connections. The economic future of this province is closely tied to increased immigration. It is part of my mandate from Premier Smith to work with the federal government on significantly expanding the number of immigrants accepted into the provincial nominee program. I'm also tasked with developing new pathways for Alberta companies to recruit the skilled workers that we need. We know that this is a significant issue with the labor shortage, and I'm certainly committed to doing my part to address that. And as a side note, the Alberta government has provided written notice to the federal government that Alberta is ending an agreement with the Canada Border Agency to use correctional centres to house people being detained for immigration matters. And if you do have any questions on this, please do contact my press secretary. The Alberta Express Entry Stream modification announced today is one of the many steps our government will be taking to ensure that Alberta gets the qualified and skilled talent it needs. Now,
so for me, the key takeaways from that meeting, which I'm super excited I was able to, watch and, and also share on our social media. If you follow us on Enter Canada, I already shared clips of it on YouTube here. I also shared a summary of the key points of what the announcement was. So basically it was a policy update whereby family connections is now going to be considered in the Alberta having a family connection in Alberta is now going to be considered, when people are receiving nominations. So I believe the overall number is about 6,800 thereabouts. I'll put the actual amount somewhere here. And 50% of that will receive nominations because they have in-demand occupations, and 25% of that 50% will get nominations because they have family connections to Alberta. The government has already realized that there's a big advantage when you go to a province where you have family. It helps with settlement, getting around and sorting out basic things. And it also helps for the support system that new immigrants need when they have siblings, relatives, and whatnot. Now, another important thing that was mentioned at this announcement is that it's not a family reunification program. That is usually reserved for the federal government. This is first and foremost, you have an in-demand occupation and then you have a family connection. Another point to note is Honorable Rajan said tech is one of the in-demand occupations. And we already know there's a lot of hype around tech. I know that the government of Alberta is investing heavily into tech-related businesses and innovation. So it's good to know that that's a key in-demand occupation. And what else? There's another thing. Yes, and the last thing was, what's the definition of family when they say family connections? It is a parent, a sibling, and a child. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was, I hope this helps you to consider Alberta, or at least be in the pool. So you need to be in the express entry pool, and that is where they'll send you the invitation to apply for, to be able to receive invitation that they're interested in you applying for the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, and then receive if everything is fine after the assessment, then you receive your nomination certificate. So I hope this was helpful. Sorry, I'm speaking fast. Take care. Follow Enter Canada.